Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday night, and we're back for another Football Manager stream. I hope everyone's doing well. We are continuing with our Hertha save, and we didn't have the best of times last time around. We had a bit of a wobble. We didn't win every game, which is just unusual for us so far this season. A couple of draws gave us a little bit of a hit, but we are still top of the league. We are still in the top 8 for the Champions League, and if we can start getting some wins, start picking up some more wins, we're going to do absolutely fine. So we won't delay. We'll get straight into tonight's Football Manager, and let's have a just brief recap of where we were. So last time around, we drew with Gladbach, we drew with Mainz, we scraped past Celtic and Augsburg, we lost to Borussia Dortmund, and we've not done that in a long time. Although, thankfully for us, that was in the Cup, and the Cup's not really top of my radar. It's the Champions League. That's what I want. That's what we're after. And then we had a good draw against Man City. I say it was a good draw. We were the better team throughout, and we should, in my opinion, have won that. So I think we're in a good place. Let's get into it. So tonight we have Wolfsburg Heidenheim in the Bundesliga. I don't think I've ever heard of that team before. Sevilla Dortmund in the league, and this is chance for revenge for us before we go on to Köln, Leipzig, and potentially even Toulouse. So let's not delay any further. Let's start getting through it. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I have apparently picked up a bit of a cold. So after bragging on Tuesday night stream that I've not had a cold in over a year, I've gone and picked one up. I blame my 5-year-old daughter because that's just the easiest thing to do. I am going to attempt to mute out any sneezing that goes on. Apologies in advance if I fail to do that. It's it came on quite quickly actually. Had slight sniffles Tuesday. Yesterday I could feel it coming, and today it is here in full force. So Wolfsburg at home is our next match, and I mean I say it about pretty much every game now, but I think we should win it. I think we should smash that one. If you are new here, do please drop us a follow. If you're not already, feel free to introduce yourself. Let me know who you support. Let me know if you've got a Football Manager save going, because I do love to hear about other people's saves. There's always a wide variance in what people do. Me, I like my unemployed starts. It's because you just end up. You could end up anywhere in the world, depending on what leagues you've loaded, obviously. And it gives such you end up at clubs that you've never heard of, and it's absolutely fantastic. This is our last season actually with Hertha Berlin. We are moving on after this season to a new save entirely. So we're not moving on to a new club. We're moving on to a completely new save. And those of you who've followed the stream before, you'll probably know we're going for a creator club. And not only are we going for a creator club save, but we're going way down to level 13 in England. And we are creating a tiny club with the aim of trying to turn them into a professional outfit and make the Football League. It's going to be a grind from what I understand. But chatting with a streamer that we raided last stream, after we finished here, it sounds like it could be very interesting indeed. Excuse me. There we are. I caught that one. And this season around, I think we've got an even better squad than we had last season. We made 2 big signings, proper marquee signings, I would think of these. The first one is not coming up. Apparently, we've not done any business. I should be looking at history, that's why. Frederick Thorlo from West Ham, £90 million signing, and I mean, he's just already world class. 4 stars of ability, 4.5 stars of potential. Okay, it looks like Bayern have. Did they win their game? Yeah, they've won their game to go back above us. So we need at least a 2-goal win to get back on top spot. It's going to be a battle this season, I think. I think we decided last time that Chrysostom and Oliveira is the best partnership we've got there. So we'll keep on with that one. There is, I'm sorry to say, a chance that we might end the stream a little bit earlier than normal tonight because, yeah, it's cold is working its way through me. But I've got my sneak, I've got my cold and flu tablets, which actually I might take in another hour or so, and hopefully that'll get us through to 11 o'clock. But we may finish just a smidge early tonight so that I can go and lay in bed and feel sorry for myself. Because I am a man, it's obviously not just a cold, it's flu. Yeah, Cristiano, Ryan Roberts, Thorlo, Hardy, Ilya, Margraf, and Adiemi. So, I mean, we still have an incredible bench available to us. First team's very good, but the bench is just as good. We can interchange a number of players and not really weaken the squad, and that's a wonderful place for us to be. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if Keeley can do the running in this one. So here we go. Wolfsburg at home. Game on. Let's get a league table up here, shall we? So we can see how things progress as we go through the match. Burkholt, in a relatively rare start, has delivered a gorgeous ball over for Chrysostomu, and that's 1-0. Burkholt, who last season was pretty much a mainstay, a first-team guaranteed player out on the right wing, he's relegated to covering right wing and attacking midfield. And well, he's just making sure there that I realise he still exists, he's still a good player. As we rejoin the match with Wolfsburg on the break, and they've got men over. This could be a problem. And we get very fortunate there. I think there might be a suspicion of offside, and indeed there is, but we got quite lucky not to concede straight after scoring there. And it hasn't been the most convincing of first half so far. Our only highlight being a corner. So still work to be done in the second half. And this is a problem we had in the last stream. Even when we were winning, it wasn't convincing. It was not our best showing at all. And that's just a ball over the top that we really should be cutting out. Marichal makes a great save. And, well, he's more than earned his position as our starting goalkeeper with saves like that. Last season and this. But we really shouldn't keep putting him in that position to have to make those saves. So we're going to make some changes. Cohane, he looks out of position all the time. Joe Neves can come off a Thorlo, sorry, and we'll put him in that deep line playmaker role. Mohamed Ali Cho really hasn't had much to say in this match, and I think Jay Lethan can also come off. So whole scale changes, 4 subs on the 60-minute mark. And hopefully we can go and grab this game by the horns. For anyone wanting to see a brief summary of how we got to where we are, it's now in the chat for you. The only thing we've not managed to win is the Champions League, and that's what we're after. That's the big one now. Ilya back for a Carney. Can he get it across to someone? It's back to Ilya, and that's headed straight at the keeper. That was a difficult chance, though. And that's a beautiful pass from Thorlo. Burkholt, and Burkholt grabs another goal for this season. Well, considering I've already said he's a backup, he's definitely making a case to get a few more starts here. And that's the second goal that we desperately wanted, and the changes seem to have had an impact there. Thorlo and Ilya just absolutely bossing that move there. And Dor adds a third after the goalkeeper. I mean, I'm not quite sure what their keeper was doing there. Alihan Unsal just came and flapped or fell over. Some combination of the two. Yeah, it's just missed it entirely, and Dor with a very simple finish. Right, let's make our last change. Lots of tired legs. Let's get Chrysostomy off for Cristiano. And that'll do us. That'll see out the match for us. It's not under all our hard work with by conceding a goal, but Ilya holding onto the ball and laying it off. Adeyemi using his pace to get behind the Wolfsburg back line, and that's for, although the referee is looking suspiciously. Come on, just give us the goal. Make us happy. There it is, 4-0. And after a fairly tame first half, we put 3 second half goals away, and, well, that makes us a lot happier and gets us back to the top of the league, most importantly. Oh, good, and an international break to follow. Much, much better stuff. Right, I'm going to go and take some tablets, see if I can clear myself up for the second half of this stream at least. So we'll be back very, very shortly. Okay, right, we are back. And what are the chances? I've been fine for most of the day today, actually. But as soon as I start streaming, my nose starts streaming. Right, international break time. So we'll just keep clicking until something happens. Hopefully, we don't see any injuries from the various players we've got now. Oliveira has... Is that his first call up to the Portugal squad? It is. Ruben Oliveira, incredibly, a player that I missed. Looking for a centre back just to add a little bit of strength, a little bit of height, and going through the scout list, I didn't see him. It was someone in chat who picked up on this young Portuguese star who was only £17 million, and well, we never looked back. Right, who is Frank Schultz wants a contract, and that value alone says we ought to give him something. He's ready for the Bundesliga, and he may well have to come in. We've got to get him into the first team squad, haven't we? He's supposedly better than Adeyemi if you just go on a star rating. Doesn't necessarily play as the type of forward we would go for, but I'm sure there is a space in our squad for a deep lying forward. Let's give him a new contract, and let's get him up to the... He thinks he's too big for the club. Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting that. He wants to play international football. Right, well, let's get him into the senior squad. Have I really slept on him that much? Let's see if we can keep him happy by giving him a bit of game time. And he's 18. He's 18, and he thinks he needs to move to a bigger club to get into the Germany squad. That's maybe he's just a sort of player we need to let go. Maybe he's a bit of a diva. He's not going to do much for us, but let's give him a shot, shall we? And if he wasn't going to become homegrown in Germany, I would quite happily send him. Oh, now I can't register him. Schultz won't be able to play, will he? Yeah, okay. In that case, let's move him to the second team, and we'll see if we can get him in for January. Well, I do have to question, I mean, who is actually bigger than Hertha? The boy must be mad. Yeah, if you're mine, don't you know you might find a better place to play? And look at that, Thomas Burkholt on the top 3 trainers list. I mean, admittedly, most of the players are away on international duty, but he's had a very good match, and now he's making sure he's impossible to forget. Oh, endless questions from media. Lovely. Oh, good. He scored for Germany. Lovely, lovely. As long as it's not an injury, I consider it a success. We get a 1.2 rating, and I'll be well happy as long as he's not injured by the time he comes back to the club. I've got the fan going tonight because probably my cold-ridden state, I'm feeling a bit warm. Well, that's it's been a bit warmer today than it has been the last couple of weeks. Um, I don't see the microphone spiking when I stop talking, so that suggests to me that the fan isn't coming through. But well, do let me know if you do hear it. I'll see if I can angle it some other way. I've got it on its lowest setting, so I can just about feel it. And look at that. Ruben Oliveira has his first Portugal cap. And well deserved it is too. He's very much a no nonsense kind of centre back, not an actual no nonsense centre back. We can't play them at this level. He's just 6'4". He can jump. He can do a bit of heading. That's all I want from him. I just want him to stand there and be big. Okay, Heidi High. They're up next. Oh, dear Lord. Right, okay, let's move him back up and then we'll just make him available uh, for her to do. Because then at least he gets some game time. I'm beginning to feel like we may have ballsed that up with Frank Schultz there because I went into that conversation thinking he wanted a new contract, which I was just going to throw at him. I wasn't really prepared for him saying, "Look, I'm 18. I've never played senior football. Can I please go to a bigger club?" That definitely came from nowhere. But we might be able to give him some Champions League experience actually. So I don't know, maybe that'll keep him happy for a little while until we can get him into the league squad in January, which I presume will be the first opportunity I'll have. Right, let's go for a nice regulation win in this one. We could do without the drama. Okay. Let's throw Senkbal in for this one. I do want to keep feeding him game time. Now, who have we got? Sevilla, then Dortmund. So, a bit of time between Sevilla and Dortmund. I can rest players. So, I'm going to rotate the squad for this one a little bit. And we'll hold back a few players for Sevilla. Let's switch your training to the Segundo Volante role. have Lethen. And we'll give Burkholt another run out. He did nothing wrong in the last one. But we'll give Simon Hardy a game. And Adeyemi can start this one. We are going to have a ridiculously strong bench. Ridiculously strong. Right, let's go. So I genuinely don't know much about Heidenheim. I don't know if they're the sort of club you would normally expect to see coming up to the Bundesliga at any point, or whether this is one of those weird football manager ones. But we've got exactly the start I was hoping for against them. No drama, early goal. Let's just go and put 3 or 4 past them, and we'll move on to Sevilla. Now puts it across. Bradley in for Hardy, and that's 2. And Simon Hardy's already got 9 goals this season. He and Ralph Dorr are going to be giving each other some incredible competition down that left-hand side. I've got 2 players I genuinely find it difficult to pick from. Ralph Dorr, being German, does probably just edge him ahead, given that he's homegrown at the club. But Simon Hardy, he was a very good signing for us last season. I think he managed, what, more? It was more than 10 goals and about 15 or so assists. So, yeah, I put a lot of blame on him for games that we didn't do well in. But I think that was quite unfair. And he's just working his socks off here. And he's stolen the ball from the hidey-high defenders. And he's got his hat-trick already. Wow. This is Simon Hardy's match, isn't it? What a player. What a player indeed. And Oliveira just heads that one way over the top. And every highlight I think we've had so far has either started or ended with Simon Hardy. And Burkholt jumps in on the action as well. It's 4-0 after half an hour. What? Well, this was exactly the kind of no drama performance I was hoping for. Let's see Bayern Munich make up this goal difference. Oh, and it's Hardy again, and he's got his 4th of the match. I'm tempted to leave him on for the entire 90 minutes just to see how many more he can get. I know we're only 35 minutes in talking about taking him off. It's a bit premature. But he's got 4 goals in the first half. I want to see 6 or 7 come from that one man. And a little bit sloppy there, but we get away with it. Well, 5-0 at half time. Not too bad at all. Let's go and see if we can do another 5 in the second half. Which wouldn't even be the first time we've scored 10 goals this season. We demolished Koblenz 10-1 in the cup. And admittedly, not quite the same level of opposition that we face in the Bundesliga, but still, we had to do a job. Scraps, evening, how you doing, mate? And mate, because I was watching the first half of Leeds versus Forest. I mean, the fact that you said you watched the first half, was it going that badly that you've decided to give up? Or are you 6-0 up already and just decided you don't need to see any more? 0-0. Okay, so it's a boring one. Oh, it's a half time at the moment. Have Leeds done much in the way of transfer business this summer? Players either going in or out. Ethan Ampadu, he used to be Chelsea, didn't he? Welsh kid with all the hair. And he had a lot of promise. He was definitely going to be a big, big player. So if Leeds is the place that can get the best out of him, well, I mean, it's good for everyone, isn't it? Let's get Cho on for 5 minutes. See if we can grab a goal and gain some confidence. Where's he been playing for Leeds? Is he? I think he's either a centre back or a midfielder, isn't he? At least that's what Football Manager tells me. I've bought him in a number of previous Football Manager games. Centre back. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Has he still got all the hair? That's what made him stand out for me. Was just the volume of hair that he had. Oliveira needs a rest. No, no time for resting. Sorry, buddy. Maybe after the Dortmund match. Yeah, you can rest against Köln and come back for Leipzig. Yeah, good to know, mate. Good to know. I did something quite unforgivable there. I think I just skipped over the next gen award, didn't I? Help. How do I? Oh, never mind. Well, oh, we've already got all of the best Wonder Kids here. It doesn't matter. So, Scraps, after my bragging on Tuesday night about not having a cold for a year, guess what's happened? Oh, Paolo Loci is injured. He's getting some good game time at Ingolstadt. I definitely don't think he's going to be one who's. Well, he might still be one. He's 6'6". I need to make something of this man. I've won the league with Chester, but I resigned and I said in an interview I feel like I can't manage this team any further. And now I feel like it's so unrealistic, so it's annoying me. What's unrealistic about it? Is it the fact you won the league with Chester? Just trust me, when you're starting that low down in the leagues, it gets harder quickly. No, no, I get that you won the league and left, but why? What felt unrealistic? Oh, oh, you resigning feels unrealistic. I mean, it does, unless you had another job already lined up. Which, yeah, be absolutely realistic if you've got bigger clubs who are saying, "Oh, look at him, he won that league. Let's go and." What was your job with us then? No, did we make an offer of some kind? Okay. So, what was the reason behind resigning? That does feel like a slightly bizarre move. Win the league and then clear off, not even to another job. We will rest Oliveira for this one, I guess. The team was shit. That's the challenge of Football Manager to make them slightly less shit. Got to keep Hardy on for this one. He had such a good game last time around. And you should have seen my my Angered team when I first turned up in the Swedish second division. I'm fairly certain some of the players had never kicked a ball before in their lives. We still got them promoted the second season, winning the league. So it's about persistence. You go up unless you're a club with lots of money. You go up, you consolidate, and then you try to rebuild and get that team up again. Sometimes you're fortunate enough that in the first season you've put together such a good team you go for back-to-back promotions, but generally not my experience of it. Ilya Cho, goal. Ref's got his hand up. I'm thinking that's offside. Yeah, disallowed. What you might have been better off doing, Scraps, was applying for other jobs as they came up. Because while you're at a club where you've just won a title, your stock will be quite high. Oh, that was nearly the ball over the top there for Ilya, but that's a good one across along the ground. Does well to work it back to Akani, João Neves. Oh, well, we'll say the board sacked me because I'm convicted of drink driving. God. Which means your next job will have to be very local because you're getting the bus to work. Oh, and how have we not scored there? Well, we're knocking on the door. We just need to crack it open. Come on, boys. And just over. And there's Hardy. Surely. Oh, he scored 4 goals in the last game and he can't score an opportunity like that. Ben Chester's incredible comeback. I'll get my own All or Nothing documentary. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. That's what I tend to. Not that I sit there and interview myself or any nonsense like that. But that's kind of how I see it when I'm doing these unemployed start saves. It's a documentary about me. Although I do it without the drink driving conviction. I've done my apology now. The world loves me again. I'll be like Ant. Yeah, there you go. This is a redemption arc. A story of one man's fight against addiction. And he finds his redemption in football. Yeah, love it. That'll be on Netflix before you know it, or Amazon Prime. And over the bar. We've got one, which is certainly a good start, but let's hope the second half brings a second goal, shall we? Or even better, a first one. First half goal. Come on! How have we not scored there? How many times is that the woodwork? 3 times we've hit the woodwork now. I reckon you would get done for drinking and driving. Absolutely not, mate. Absolutely not. Stupidest thing you can do. That's what Uber's for. Normally what happens is my wife will take me to the pub and Uber gets me home. So, yeah. No danger of that. It's just not worth the risk. Whether it's in terms of personal risk, losing license, etc., or the risk that you pose to other people, it just isn't worth it. There are limits for a reason. And that's a goal. No, he's not offside, referee. He's not offside. Yeah, Scraps, the truth is, I'm a goody two-shoes. I don't like breaking the rules. I'm a good boy. Do you know how many times I bunked school? Never. Not once. Oh, that should have been a third. I saw this show on BBC. It's called Time. What a TV series about an old school teacher going to school for going to jail for killing someone because he was drinking and driving. Interesting. So was the main premise behind it to see what it did to him? Do you think? Was I presume he was the main character, this school teacher. But I mean that's what I mean. Knowing that could happen, it just means it's not worth doing. That's your life over, and worse, it's probably someone else's. Like, you don't come back from that, I don't think. How tall is Kevin Akerley? Do you reckon let's pretend he's a centre back, shall we? Just to give him a game. He's not amazing on the ball, so I'm going to make him a central defender on a cover duty. Yeah, I'm such a goody two shoes, Scraps, that when I'm driving, I still use my indicators even when no one else is around. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning. I could be literally the only person on the road, and I'm still using my indicators just in case. There we go. And Ilya's in on the action as well. Lovely, lovely. Right, 2 more subs. Let's get Lethan on. He's due a goal, I reckon. And Burkholt. So, Scraps, are you going to drive when you get the chance? I'm back. My granddad came in because I was quiet. He thought I went to sleep. Surely he knew you were watching a Leeds match, and we all know nothing happens in Leeds matches. That's why you'd be so quiet. Just like Elland Road. There we go. Good win. Shut your mouth. Good win. Second in the Champions League. I mean, can't believe there's so much variation in how many matches teams have played. Why Milan have played an extra on to everyone else, I don't know. How many games have we got till the winter break? 5 more. 6 more. I'm not resting anyone. They're just going to have to take it on the chin. Don't know if I'm going to drive because in 2015 I was in a car crash that put me in the hospital 6 weeks. Sorry to hear that, mate. I can imagine that's probably quite traumatic. Ashwin, man, good to see you. How are you doing, mate? Well, I'm going to be 2 seconds because I need to go and blow my nose. I am a mess over here. Right, I'm back, but I can't promise I won't have to jump off again soon. Okay-ish. Also, did you see the things I posted on Discord? Let's have a look, shall we? Honestly, Discord takes so long to open sometimes. It takes longer than some games I own. Look at this. Oh, that's cool. I bet that's one your little boy's not playing with. That one's all for dad. I wish I could rotate that. How much did that set you back? Dare I ask? Yeah, you can't let your son have that. No way. Right, where is my mind? I've been here for a while, I would say. You have indeed. You have indeed. My my worry is there, Scraps. You said that as soon as Ashwin turned up, I feel like you'd end up timing each other out. 113 in total certificate and top load. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So where are you going to put that one up? I assume you've got to put that up somewhere. Can't hide that away. Sorry, as mod, I got jealous. If I give you mod status, don't forget I can take it away as well. I am on this channel. I'm my own god. Oh, you got more sign stuff as well. Ooh, yeah, you've got to share that. What do you think, Ashwin? Should we make Scraps a mod? All right, Father Adam. And that sounds makes me sound more like a priest, and we definitely don't want to go down that route. Oh, dude, actually, I need to share some stuff with you, Ashwin. Hold on, let me just put it in the Discord. I'll PM you. I'm very excited about this. God damn it! Let me share this, please. No, do it, damn. If I can work out a way at some point to share it with you, I will. It's in my Twitter DMs at the moment, but yeah, I'll see if I can find a way to share it with you. Very exciting times. Getting a bit of an upgrade. That's not good. He's 18 and he's not training well. He needs to sort himself out. offered the job at Dulwich Hamlet. Are they in the National League South, or have they moved up? Because if you've got Chester up into the National League, that's a bit of a downgrade. No clue. Okay, well, I recommend having a look at that. How soon after winning the league did you resign? So I don't know if that might affect you. If you'd stuck around with them for a while, I don't know whether you'd have more chance of getting a National League job. There's a chance you might have to start again at the beginning. Right, Dortmund, time for revenge. They knocked us out of the German Cup, which it's not a disaster, but I still don't like losing. Remember, I've been drinking and driving. Yeah, I suppose you got to take your lumps and start at the beginning again, haven't you? You can't just wipe that out overnight. You're not a celebrity. I quite like the story you've concocted there, Scraps. It kind of works well. That's why you had to resign. So let's do that, and that. There we go. Right, a little bit of a rotated squad for the Dortmund match, but let's see if we can go get revenge against them for knocking us out of the cup. Might need to move country. What leagues do you have loaded? Because sometimes one of the things I like the most about doing, like Scandinavia in particular, you get some of the lower leagues. They've got small number of clubs, and the seasons can be over quite quickly. So you can move your story on a little bit faster. The big downside to Championship down to League Two is there's a hell of a lot of games. Hell of a lot of games. All of Europe. Okay, well, plenty of opportunities out there for you then. Right. They're playing that silly diamond formation, so let's keep things wide, shall we? And let's pick up the pace a little bit. Okay. Come on, boys, let's get hold of that ball. No, no, no. Good block. He definitely should have moved that forward quicker. There's a big old gap down the Dortmund right hand side. Oh, and that was almost a golden opportunity, but he's offside anyway. We nearly give away a golden opportunity. Last season's games against Dortmund and Bayern Munich felt a lot easier than these ones have been tonight. So far this season, not tonight. going to berate the team. It's been a poor performance so far. All right, let's go out there and do better in this second half, please. Otherwise, we are ringing in the changes. Oh my good lord. Come on. Let's see what we can do to affect this. We'll get Hardy on. He had a very good game last time. Lethen can come off of Burkholt, who's also had some good matches. Cho just hasn't been as impactful as he was last season so far. So we'll give Adiemi a run out. Hold on. What are we holding on for? Oh, have we just given away a penalty? That's pathetic. Goodness. What a terrible way for Football Manager to do this to me. One 0 Dortmund. Bugger. Spezia, are they your level? Or are they just maybe a little bit too high? And you got to reply for it. You got to give it a try, haven't you? All right. Let's go attacking. Let's go even wider. Really want to try and bypass that midfield if we can. We'll get a Carney off because he's been terrible. And we need Thorlo on, I think. Yeah, of course you've got to try. And Chrysostomy is at least there to cover. Thank goodness for that. The comeback is on. I wish the comeback was on here at Hertha. We've not been brilliant. Oh, is that a penalty for us? Come on. Oh, surely. Oh, some clearly dodgy refereeing there. Dortmund got a penalty out of absolutely nothing. And we've been scythed down in the box and got nothing for it. That is absolutely horrendous. We will need to lodge some sort of complaint with the FA there, I think. Right. Let's chuck another man up top. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, looks like Dortmund might be our bogey team this year. We're going to thrash arms. Not happy with that at all. Celebrating a friendly. What a sad person I am. I mean, it's always your team. It's always good to see them score. But all I would say is don't let pre-season friendlies tell you or lead you to believe what's going to happen in the rest of the season, because they mean nothing. It's a training exercise. That's all it is. I'll shut you up. Yeah, I mean, part of that is tainted by the fact that we lost 4-0 to Cambridge in a behind closed door friendly on Tuesday. So I'm trying to believe that it means nothing. We're winning the league. Second favourite scraps, according to Sky Bet, just behind Leicester. I mean, from my point of view, I think you've got more chance than Leicester have. They've had to sell a couple of their squad, haven't they? And if you've managed to hold on to a lot of the players that nearly kept you up, I think you'll do well. Sky Bet don't know anything. No, you're absolutely right, mate. They only had Gillingham as fourth favourites for League Two, which is just mental. They got to put a sods on, surely. Um, Schultz isn't upsetting the squad dynamics too much, so we're going to leave him in the first team squad. I think we need to change our tactics a little bit. We're gonna up the tempo from the start. Now that could exhaust some of my players, absolutely, but we need to respond to that Dortmund loss. And we've slipped behind both of them. We have got a game in hand, and hopefully a win against Cole will see us go back to the top. But we do need a response. Got the Leeds game on now. So were you not watching it before then? Did you just find out via Twitter or something that you scored? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's fair. Other than the one friendly I went to when it was Gillingham versus Charlton, I've only given the barest of time to friendlies because, as far as I'm concerned, they don't mean much. We've had some wonderful pre-seasons and nearly blown it in the league. So yeah, I'd rather just wait for the first game of the league season. That'll tell me more than anything else. Right, before we start this match, I am going to take a few minutes break, try and clean myself up a little bit. Too risky to be in England. Did you get offered the job then? Offered a contract to manage Southport. Okay, so you're holding out for the foreign jobs. Not a bad idea. I like the story that goes along with that. But we'll be back in just a few minutes. And I'm back. Oh no, there's a problem. My Xbox has run out of space to save data. Ah, that is an issue. Do you have an external hard drive for it? I don't know what the SSD is like for Xbox. I had to buy. Well, I've got a 2 terabyte external hard drive for my PlayStation because there's next to nothing. Next to nothing. Definitely wouldn't recommend going without some sort of external hard drive on mine. Right, let's go and put that Dortmund match behind us and see if we can get ourselves back on the top of the table. Ooh, are you able to clear any space from anything else? Uninstall a game maybe that you've not played in a while. We're good at winning the ball back up front. And Margraf in with the first goal in the first 6 minutes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice. So it lets you in the other saves. That's interesting. I definitely recommend dumping a game or two if you can. Excuse me. Oh, you've deleted Football Manager. No. Oh, maybe you'll need to start a new save on your laptop. And there's two. And Cho is back in the goals. How's the Leeds game going? Still winning? Well, there we go. HMS Piss, the league, has left dock. So when you play FIFA, what do you normally play? I know a lot of people like the FIFA Ultimate Team, but I could never get on with it. And career mode only kept me interested for so long, and then yeah, it became a game that I just played with mates. We'd have a few beers and play a bit of FIFA, but it was never one that I really played religiously. And what difficulty do you play on in career mode? World class. Yeah, world class is what I play on. I'm not good at all the skill moves and whatnot. I can pass and I can shoot and I usually hold my own. But yeah, you won't see me going one on one against players. I was talking to my boss about FIFA quite some time ago, and he said to me, as soon as his son, who was in his teens at the time, started beating him at FIFA, he decided that was time for him to stop playing. I'm completely on board with that. As soon as my eldest starts, that's it. That's my last game of FIFA. Cyanide. Well, this is the perfect antidote to that Dortmund loss. Let's. Well, I don't have a right back. I think Bradley's injured. That's why. We'll leave Akani on for now then, and we'll drop Cristiano. Let's give Akeley another run out here. Seeded a goal. That's not what we want to see. Hey, 2-0. Well, there you go. You get overexcited about a pre-season friendly. Why not? Why not? 5. It's nearly 5. Well, I don't think it was that near, but good match so far. Next one, I think next one's going to be another league match, I believe, and then we're away to Toulouse in the Champions League, and I think one more win should just about see us through. Oh, not Ilya. Let's not get Ilya injured. Come on. That's not fair at all. Just chuck a few players on to protect them for the last minute. I don't think those subs even got made, did they? Right, back on top. Yeah, Leipzig and then Toulouse. Oh, how bad is it? 1 to 3 days. Okay, we can live with that. You actually offer to rest any of these. Okay, we'll rest Oliveira. I think the rest of them. We'll give a couple of days off as well. Cho back in the goals. Love to see it. Is he still playing international football? He's had 17 caps now. He's definitely got himself into the mix. Right, Leipzig 10th in the league. We should win that one, I reckon. Anything interesting from you guys? Probably not. No. No. I'm not sure we do look weak in goal. Marachal's doing a bang up job. So, yeah, we'll just ignore everything you've got to say. And Champions League wise, one more win. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool, Monaco, Barcelona, they've already qualified. So a win for us will certainly see us through, I think. And it's just about securing top eight and skipping around. Yeah, praise. Bit of a training love in here with the players. Yeah, lovely. You're all wonderful. And we move on. So after my fairly stupid golf incident where I slipped on the grass, hit my head on a buggy, and injured my knee, I actually ended up spending most of yesterday morning in urgent care at my local hospital. Thankfully, they ruled out a bony injury, so I've not fractured anything. And the doctor was kind enough to narrow it down to tendon, muscle, ligament, or cartilage, which was yeah. I mean, I could have worked that one out, but I might need a bit of physio on my knee, which just another thing to make me feel old, which is nice. You're a plant pot for you for slipping. Oh, tell me about it. I was just glad that my mate who was playing with me was on another fairway looking for his ball. Otherwise, he would have seen the stupid, such a stupid thing. Like I said, I hit my head simultaneously as slipping. It was hilarious. Well, apart from the swollen knee, obviously. But for anyone who did see it, that would have been absolutely hilarious. You're being rested, so you can sit this one out. And away we go. Have you ever played golf, Scraps? Is that a sport that interests you? I took it up quite late, actually. It was just a way to have a conversation with my father-in-law. Just gave us something to talk about. Up until then, I'd not really had much interest, but he was a bit of a golfer at the time. So I thought, oh, here's something for us to bond over. And it turns out I quite enjoy the game. I'm fairly average at the game. Regularly score under 100. My best ever score is 82, which it's not bad for my level. Although I've never come close to hitting under 90 after that one round. And it's such a frustrating game. You'll spend most of your 4 hours looking for a ball, hitting shots badly, and then we hit one or two where you just go, I love this game. Just scored the best goal ever on FIFA. I mean, that's quite the claim. You're gonna have to describe it for us. Lethen. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Send you once the game clip downloads, all right? Well, we will judge it. We'll put it under scrutiny and decide if it is the best goal ever. Brings the question, what sort of goal is best? Is it individual skill? Is it a team goal? Is it something that's shot from the halfway line? Where do you rank those sorts of goals? For me, a good team goal is just unbeatable. I mean, I do love a bit of individual skill, and who doesn't love a thunderbolt from 35, 40 yards out? And there's always a place for a good volley. My custom player scored because I have a player career. The only thing I found about doing a player career is you ended up in the international scene so quickly. You could be playing in like the Norwegian league, and you'd end up playing for England. Always felt a bit unrealistic, that one. And you'd only ever play every other game in internationals, which yeah, I never understood. Still plenty of work to be done on FIFA careers, I think. All right, mate. See you in a bit. There we go. Yeah, let's keep rattling those goals in. Well, top of the league again, and this is definitely going to keep us firmly on top. That Dortmund match is nothing but a distant memory now. Let's make some subs. People need rests. There we go. Margraf for Burkholt. And Keeley for Cohane. Let's get him back in that defensive midfield position. I've not seen a huge amount from Cohane in defensive midfield that makes me think he's a better midfielder than he is a wing back. But Ryan Roberts does at least give us the chance to experiment a bit there, because he's done very well at left back since he's joined us. Which, yes, Ashwin, that's the guy you made me buy from Chelsea rather than the old left back. Let's get Dor on, shall we? He does love doing something off the bench, that man. Let's see if he can come up with something special here. Ralph Dor, ball over the top for Cho, who tries to head it in from outside the box. It's an audacious attempt. He's a long way away. And boom, 3-0. So I do apologise if I sound bunged up today. Got my first cold since probably close to 2021. And yeah, just I feel fine. I just probably don't sound it. But I normally don't sound like this. I sound much, much worse normally. Right, Toulouse away. Let's go and rest some players, shall we? A few eyes for things you never done. A town called Malice. Right, I feel like this is a match that we should win. Just for a change, I think this is one we should win. Ba, 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 da, ba. Oh, another good intake, apparently. The Hertha we've got in this universe just churn out superstar, like, wonder kids. Tons of them. It's a very nice thing to have. Let's rest a Carney because he was asking for one after the last match. Go back to our usual centre back pairing. Hohane can go back on the left side of defence. Iliad's back. Perfect. Margraf is ready. Ralph Dor can start this one and show. It doesn't matter who I pick where. We've just got options all over. Actually, got one player too many. I think that's the first time we've had a situation like that where we can actually fill our bench and leave a player out. That'll be that's a good feeling. That's a very good feeling indeed. More often than not, we can't fill a 12-man bench. Usually because I've messed up on the player rule somewhere. Right, come on, boys, a win here, and I reckon we're through to the round of 16. But that is some shoddy defending. I mean, good last ditch stuff there from whoever that was. I think it was you, wasn't it? Was it Bradley? But they should never have carved through us that easily. And this is a banger of a tune that. Well, I do remember it first time around ish. But I mean, the soundtrack from Guardians of the Galaxy is just incredible. Highly recommend checking out those albums. Just brilliant stuff. As well as good films. The second one didn't get on with. Didn't enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at all. The third, pretty good though. Well, somehow we're not winning this match, which is a disappointment. I'm going to tell him that I'm not happy. Big expansive ball there for Ralph Dor. And it's 4v4. We've got to do something here. And I mean, he just kind of. It was a waste. He had options in the middle. That was a bit of a waste. He normally comes up with something, does Ralph? But wrong decision there. However, he did win us a corner that led to Chrysostomou popping up with a header at the near post. Excellent stuff. Chrysostomou, Ilya. Through for Margraf. Cho is awaiting that ball in the centre. Instead, it comes out to Nkili and it's 2-0. Or is this the season? Do we finally win the Champions League? I say finally. This is probably the first season where we've got a realistic chance. Oh, dear Lord, Scraps. Honestly, you don't have to share everything. You don't have to share everything. I mean, I guess I'm glad it's over for you. And Ilya just mopping up for us there. And you've always got to express your feelings. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I apologise for not validating your feelings. Right. Subs o'clock. Let's protect Ilya. Let's get Margraf off. We are going to give Schultz a bit of game time. I'm going to play him as a deep lying forward on support, which is what his preference appears to be. We will see. I mean, I'm basically caving into to his pressure to get a bit more game time so he can get into the Germany setup. I mean, I don't see it happening, but he's such a good player, or he's got such good potential that I'd rather do a little bit to try and keep hold of him than just dismiss him outright. Oh, defend this. I don't want to have to go defensive at the end of this match. Ah, you sons of beeps. Right. Not impressed with that. Especially seeing as Toulouse have offered very, very little so far. One more change. Cohane for Roberts. Let's hope some fresh legs in defence will help us to keep out any potential threats. Don't do it. Well done, Thorlo. Right, this is time for Schultz to show us why he deserves time in the first team. He did quite well there, to be fair. João Neves, Lethen, that's a penalty. Come on, ref, you shouldn't even need VAR for that. That's just a penalty. It's easy. And there are worse things to be told off for, but that one's, I'd say, oh, how have we missed that? It's probably not necessarily one I'd share, Scraps. But again, express your feelings. And Oliveira clears it up in injury time for us. Thank goodness for that. That was a potential banana skin there. We very nearly undid ourselves. Excellent win. Wonderful. Right. got a couple more games before the January transfer window, and we can get Schultz into the into league squad and start to give him some actual game time. And it's a decent bit of hold up play from him there, so you know I'll persist. We are sent the goal. Okay, let's have a look. Well, it might take a few minutes to come through. Let's offer a rest to Margraf, shall we? Here we go. Right, so let's be the judges here, people. Is this the best ever goal in FIFA? I mean, it's not bad, is it? Flick it up, volley it from what, 30 yards there? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Best ever? Maybe, maybe. You know, a bit more dancing around with the ball, maybe. But I can certainly appreciate the directness of the shot. Just flick it up, bang. All right, once again, give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. This cold is doing my head in. Be back in a few, guys. And I'm back. Oh, honestly, it's like a running tap over here, mate. But we will see if we can make it through to the end of the stream without any more interruptions. I'll do my best. Okay, next up, Eintracht Frankfurt, who actually had a really good start in the Champions League. I think they had some softball matches to start out. Let's have a look. I think they won their first two. Pauk and Alanyaspor. I mean, yeah, you'd expect them to win that, but Juventus, Tottenham, Bruges. I mean, they've got some draws in these games, which is pretty impressive. Where are they in the Champions League group? 17th. I mean, they're probably going to make it through to knockouts, which will be impressive for Frankfurt. But I reckon we should go there and show them why we're the best team in Germany. And I can say for sure, I don't recommend getting a cold. Not much fun. Dear Georgie Cohane not doing well in training. Someone playing on a motorcycle out there, it seems. That's something I've never been interested in doing, motorcycles. A good friend of mine used to ride one when he was younger, and he had so many accidents, and one that was particularly bad and was actually the last time he rode a bike. He car pulled out on him at a roundabout, and he ended up kind of skidding on his helmet. Got very, very lucky not to have been properly hurt. Bro, do you live next to a street? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Quite a busy road, actually. When I've got the window open like I have now. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the traffic sounds will bleed in, but normally only when someone's messing around on motorbikes. Okay. I think we've got a week before the next match, which is Bayern Munich at home. So we'll put out the best squad we've got. Or at least the best squad that's going to be fit for this match. And Shen Margraf seems like he's always injured or coming back from injury. Every match he's got that little fitness sign up. Wait, what? What is it? You might be getting Mitrovic. Oh, that'd be quite a coup. I thought he was off to Saudi Arabia, although I don't think Fulham would sell him, would they? But I would caution against getting too excited about transfer rumours. We had quite a few at Gillingham. Um, Alfie may be in the big one that never quite came to pass. But I mean, Scott Malone, who we signed a couple of days ago, was an incredible signing. This is a guy who had championship clubs after him, and he's decided to drop down with us. I mean, it helps that he's only 30 minutes away from the ground, so that probably helps somewhat. And then today we've signed Ashley Nadesan from Crawley. I mean, we've got like three ex-Crawley players now. Let's give them some encouragement. We're not doing a great deal here. Come on, gentlemen. A win here will give us a bit of distance to Bayern Munich, which would be a lovely place to be in. If we can go into the Munich game with a 3-point lead, it gives us a bit of confidence that we'll still be top no matter what happens in that match. Bar an absolute hammering, of course, and João Neves beating his man and smashing the ball against the crossbar. We've got him on a free. Did I miss something there? I thought he was still under contract at Fulham. That being said, I know next to nothing about Premier League football, so he could have his contract could have been up for all I know. We're going to demand more. We need to get forward and score goals. Someone put a foot in, please. There we go. Lovely football. Quick ball forward. Ilya Cho. Oh, and that's beautiful counter attacking. That is absolutely top class. From her own half to a goal and about 4 touches there. I don't know if you're trolling me there. Let's have a look. You've got him on career mode. Oh my god. I knew I was being trolled. Knew it. And that second goal makes me a lot happier. Right. Substitution o'clock, I think. Let's freshen up a couple of bodies in defence. Burkholt can come on there. I need to stop listening to you, Scraps. And Keeley doing some lovely defensive work there. And Keeley, Burkholt, can he put one away? Yes, he can. Fires it into the top corner. So wait, make our last sub as well. Who wants to come on? Let's get Dor on for Hardy, shall we? Just see if he can come up with something in the last few minutes. Is FIFA still very much about who's got the fastest players? Always used to be. Pace was way overpowered, and then they can't remember which one it was. Was it FIFA 20 where they made it go too far the other way? Where they made the difference between player speed so low that it was pretty much pointless. Oh, Burkholt with a lovely goal there. And I told you Dor would come up with something. An assist within a couple of minutes of coming onto the pitch. And this is why we are undoubtedly the best team in Germany. And we're going to prove that in our next match against Bayern Munich. We're going to prove it beyond doubt. And, oh, Burkholt's got a hat-trick off the bench. He's definitely a player I cannot ignore. That's an incredible performance. He's got a hat-trick in 5 minutes. Incredible. And some might say tactical genius from me for putting him on when I did. What an impact that man's had. That's a lovely way to go into the last match of this first half of the season. And against Bayern Munich of all teams. We are ready. We are ready. I think Dortmund have become our bogey team for the season. I fancy us to go and absolutely smash Bayern in this one. And look at that goal difference. Plus 43. Stages. 8 conceded and 51 scored. Hertha are massive. Of course, we have got 2 quite big games to come up in the second half of the season in the Champions League. We've got Barcelona and Chelsea. They are big tests. Big, big tests. But if we can get, 4 points out of those, we're going to win the Champions League. This has got to be our season to win it. Got to be. Okay, we're actually favourites for this one. So, well, let's go and take advantage of that, shall we? Stuck into that. Yeah, as if I'm selling Jay Lethan. Okay, let's go and do this. Stuck into that. I hope this cold shifts before I go away on Monday. Because my wife will tell you I'm miserable at the best of times. If I'm slightly poorly, I'm a big man, baby. Okay, here we go. Let's go and teach Dortmund. This isn't Dortmund. This is Bayern Munich. Let's teach them a lesson instead. We'll teach Dortmund a lesson next time. Oh, good work there. And Keeley with the opener. 5 minutes in, and we assert our dominance straight away. Bayern Munich can only stand and watch as Cohane charges down the left. Does well to get it in for Dor. Dor lays it off for Keeley, and he just larrups it into the top corner. That's football. We're doing football. And Marechal with a regulation save there. Ilya heads it on for Cho. Margraf has got hold of the ball. Can he make it two? It's a good save. Turn my love around. Door just jinking into the box beautifully. Thorlo. Oh, and it crashes off the crossbar. There's some top class football on display here. Top class football. Can't quite take advantage of the big man at the back post. Come on, gents. We can do this. Let's get this away. No. No, 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 no. I can demand more. We are the favourites for this match, so we can't accept conceding goals like that. Come on. It would be nice to take advantage of the home advantage we've got here and actually stretch a little bit of a gap out between us and Bayern Munich. I suppose you have to remember they are still quite a good football team. And that was nearly a good demonstration of what I mean. Good header away, get out to them. And Marischal's just absolutely smashed that ball away. We'll encourage this time. We won't demand more. We'll encourage. We don't want to upset them. Good header from Akani. Ilya now. Can he release someone? Dor is the man who's put forward a ball across here, and we are looking nice. And Keeley, and he's hit the bar, hit the post. Second time we've hit the woodwork in this match. We should be comfortably ahead here, but instead we're going into half time 1-0. If we keep doing what we're doing, we are going to win. And have they been pressured into taking Osman off? They have. Let's see if we can take advantage. And of course not. Oh, but Dor intercepts. Margraf, Cho. Ilya. Oh, lovely football. Lovely, lovely. Huge news about Mbappe. Okay, all right. What have you got for us? I don't know about anybody else, but that feels like it might be a little bit fake. And I know I'm being very skeptical here. Scraps, that's in your wildest dreams, mate. In your wildest dreams only. If Mbappe ever went to Leeds, I think I'd just give up on football because it would have stopped making sense at that point. Oh, and Ilya with the second of the game. With his second of the game, our third, and there can't be any doubt about it now. We are the best team in Germany. Surely Bayern Munich can do nothing but watch in awe. We're getting Mbappe, lads. Genuinely, that would be it. That would be me for football. I'd go and find another sport. Rugby league. I'd let that replace football. I'd be playing rugby league manager on stream if that's a thing. Oh, nearly four. Nearly four. What the fuck is rugby league manager? No idea, but surely there's some sort of rugby league video game out there. It might not be a manager, it might be more like a FIFA type thing, but surely something exists. I've never looked for one. Well, it's unlikely to be an EA game, that's for sure. But I know there used to be. I played a rugby union one. I think it was Jonah Lonu. Jonu. Oh my god. Jonah Lomu rugby from way back when. There you go. Rugby League Live 4. What's that? Management simulator or a simulation? Right, let's make a couple of changes. And Keeley for Neves, Cohane for Roberts, Akani for Bradley, and Dorr for Hardy. 4 changes, and we're not really weakening the squad at all. Oh, FIFA type thing. Is it any good? Because they often struggle with the smaller sports. There have been a couple of cricket games, and the best one of that being the Don Bradman series. Like I say, Jonah Lomu was all right, but it was a bit naff. Came in 2018. Have they not done one since? And I get it. There's just not the money in those games, is there? Compared to FIFA, which has worldwide appeal. You're not going to get enough people buying it for it to make commercial sense. Oh, has that crossed the line? Well, the referee says it has. Is there's a rugby 23? I've not even seen that. I can imagine the production value is not quite the same as it is for FIFA. And let's get Ilya off and see if Burke. Oh, we've already done our subs. Never mind. Let's just let this match see itself out, shall we? They've destroyed him in money. Yeah, of course they will. Oh, Cho is free and clear here. Is this number 5? It is. Oh, it's a cheeky little chip over the keeper. We are massive. Well, that's a lovely way to finish off the first half of the season, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure they could do with the rest. They're all going to get a rest. Oh, there we go. 17 matches done, halfway through the season. We're 4 points clear of Dortmund. We're 6 points clear of Bayern Munich. We are. What we're going to do good things. Let's have a look and see if we can have a look at any gameplay for this Rugby 23. I don't need the sound. And this can't be Rugby 23, surely. This isn't Rugby 23 at all. That's incredible. Let's have a PS5. Oh my god, it is. This can't be real. This is so bad. But it just goes to show how far ahead FIFA is comparatively, because there just is not. There's not the appetite out there for it, is there? Wow. FIFA 98 looks like this. That's mad. Right, let's have a look. Rugby League Live 4, shall we? Okay. Yeah, let's put gameplay. Okay, we're only getting 720p. Right. Hmm. I mean, given it's a rugby game from 5 years ago, it's no worse than what we just saw for a Rugby 23 game. Although some of the animations are a bit janky. Ooh. It's they've got some way to go, I think we'd say. They've definitely got some way to go. That's a shame because I mean, I used to love playing Jonah Lomu back in the day because back then it didn't feel as far behind FIFA. It was definitely behind, no two ways about it, but it didn't feel as behind as that feels now. If you put that up against FIFA 23, there is such a wide gap. Graphics aren't as bad compared to Rugby 23. Honestly, when I saw Rugby 23, the first clip I saw, I was like, that can't be real. That cannot be the latest game. It was PlayStation 1 graphics. It was, oh, it was just incredibly bad. And I bet they still charge 50 or 60 quid for that, don't they? No, shall we have a look on stream? Shall we see what kind of money they're charging for that? So let's do PS5, shall we? Oh, we've got Rugby 24 coming. £45, £40. I mean, it's not your AAA prices. £44.99 on the PlayStation Store for Rugby 22. £45 for a game that looks that bad. You know, the launch trailer. So this is them trying to make it look its best. Oh, just come on. This is the best they could sell it for. This is how they're meant to try to attract you into this game, and it just looks awful. Just no. Just no. And I'm a kid who grew up with a Rugby 23 isn't an actual game. Okay, I did think the squad looked a bit out of date. Seeing Youngs and Itoji there, but come on, that's They want you to part with £45 for that. And I'm a product of PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, like the early days of consoles. And that would have excited me in 2004. But in 2023, no. Just no. Right, who are you and would I sell you for that little? Possibly. Contract has already expired. Um, yeah, do you know, off you go. Off you pop. It's the same game every year. Yeah, well, this is it. They're not going to have the money to develop it, so they're not going to be able to introduce much that's new in terms of features or graphics. And yet they still want £45. Oh, I can't get my head around that. I can't. The thing is, there are going to be people out there who buy it because it's the only rugby game or rugby union game that you can get. And I say Rugby League Live, if the last one was 2018, it's pretty much the only thing you can get. Oh dear. There's not much out there for rugby fans, is there? So not much money for us in the January transfer window, so we're kind of looking for a quiet one. We don't want too much action in or out. We will obviously add Schultz to the league squad, so we're going to start to give him some proper game time. Oh, let's attend the meeting. Yeah, anyone cheap? Yeah, Neto's about the only one in our price range. I think. No, look, 2.3 million. That's what we've got. We are not buying anyone. Let's just let's move on. Let's move on. We're not buying anyone. Not with that little money. I want to have a look and see if we can find some Jonah Lomu rugby um, gameplay just to compare. Now, when was the last one? I think it was Rugby Challenge was the one I played. Let's have a look. See if this looks familiar. Yeah, enjoy your cup of scraps. I'm gonna go down. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. So this is PlayStation 3. So we're going back a little while. I mean, tell me that's not pretty damn close to Rugby 22. That's close. And it's sad to see it's really not moved on since then. Really hasn't. then I guess that's the difference in popularity for you. And like I say, I get it. FIFA makes a ton of money. Football's popular worldwide. Rugby popular in a few countries. Fan base for buying the games pretty small, I'd think. So I get it. You're not going to spend a ton of money on making a great game that no one's going to play. So yeah, can't blame the developers for that one. They've got to work with what they've got. And this is one I used to play as well. EA Cricket 2007. And yeah, it looked just like that. You could smash through a game in no time at all because it was all the animations are so quick. But if you played it right, you could easily score like 600 runs in a 50 over match. It was great fun, and then you bowl the opposition out for 12. And if you played on certain pitches, you could bowl a bouncer that would bowl someone out. It would just hit the ground and then just keep low. And the batsman had no choice but to play some sort of hook or pull shot because you'd told the game you were bowling a bouncer. It was incredibly bad. Oh, I used to love it. I did. Right, is Ricky Holmes worth keeping on? Probably not. We'll probably let him go. Neil Critchley. Yeah, we'll offer you a new contract. Sports scientists. Nah, you can go. Recruitment analyst, you can go. Hold fire on you. Let's let the Doff do that one. Got to give him something to do, I suppose. And he can do that one as well. And the rest of you, well, we'll just see. Welcome back. Welcome, Bads. Welcome back, Scraps. This cold's even beginning to affect me speaking. My brain is just not working tonight. I repeat again, don't get a cold. It's not worth it. It's not as fun as people make out. All right. Still, anyone? No one within our price range. I mean, hello. Hello, hello, hello. 18-year-old Argentinian. Tons of potential. Pace. Who else is after him? Juventus, Milan, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Inter. I mean, that's a fairly good sign that he should be a player we look at buying. And a question: what kind of movies or TV shows do you like? When it comes to TV shows, I quite like what I call light comedy, things that you don't really need to follow on too much. So things like the US Office, which I thought was better than the British version. Things like Parks and Recreation. It's one that you can just chuck on. Friends, obviously. So yeah, light comedy stuff that doesn't have too much of a plot or story, but yeah, just it's a vehicle for a few cheap laughs. When it comes to films, I've got quite a what. I mean, I suppose actually adding on to TV shows, stuff like Game of Thrones. I like a bit of fantasy. I like a bit of sci-fi. And obviously, yeah, like Marvel films and stuff like that are just incredible. So yeah, sci-fi and fantasy, bit of superhero, can't go wrong with that. You seen Resident Alien? No, I've not. What's that one? I mean, I've seen Aliens. It's a great film. Was this a They Live Among Us type thing? Oh, it's a bit sad, but I quite like Star Trek: The Next Generation. I remember. I remember when I was a kid, our dad, yeah, mine and my brothers, made us sit through Star Trek because he was a big Star Trek fan. And at the time, I think, oh my god, this is rubbish. But as I've grown up, I began to appreciate it a bit. Even rewatched the Next Generation a few years ago, like during COVID, because there was nothing better to do. Marshall is goalkeeper of the year. One French cap, but he's the best goalkeeper in the year. Well, I feel like he's hard done by there. And French player of the year for Cho. Never watched it, but it's an alien in a guy's body, and he learns how to live life. It's funny. I've never watched it. Just getting it off by someone who told me. Well, that's how you sort of. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't watch that much TV, so I don't come across many adverts for shows or for TV shows. So generally, I watch what people say. Oh, I recommend this. This is really good. I only watched Breaking Bad this year. There's an awful lot of rumours about my players. I don't like that. Yeah, see, if I up the expectations, there's not much benefit for me, so we're just going to keep it as it is. Might potentially be okay one day, this kid, but he's got an interesting mix of positions that he can play. He's described as a promising centre back, but he's 5'10". He's not a centre back. He's better at crossing than he is at heading or his jumping reach. So he is probably a decent fullback. But yeah, well, let's sell him. Not as cheap as that, but we will sell him. So you give me that, and he's yours. Okay. Similarly, you guys give me that, and you can have him. Okay. We'll move on. Yeah, it looks like a good one, Scraps. Well, it sounds like a good one, I should say. That's one of those where, you got if you've got an alien learning to live life on Earth, there are plenty of opportunities for funny situations. So yeah, there's a good chance it's going to be worth watching. No, I'm going to reject that. I reckon we can get more. Film coming out in 2025, and it's Avengers Armageddon. And part of me wants to turn around and say, surely they've milked that now enough. But they keep making good films. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. I think I'd quite like to see another Thor film, actually. Something where, I don't know, he gets back in shape again and sorts himself out. Although I guess, part of the question is where do you go with that story next? Yeah, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Your mind is staying with us. Georgie Kiknadze. Fast and Furious was never a film or film series I could get into. It just never really interested me, that. Yeah, that seems like a fair offer. Yeah, that's also fair. Go on, take him off my hands. That's also fair. Enjoy. I don't understand how far they can go with it. I mean, I've not watched any past the first or second one, but I mean, how much can there be of cargo fast? I don't understand. If anyone's a Fast and Furious fan, please tell me what I'm missing, because I've got to be missing something surely. So are we winning? Right, hold on. I need to get Schultz registered. And we're going to register Neef as well, just in case. I mean, we've got four goalkeepers in the squad, but it can't hurt. Yeah, go on, go and play some football. Yeah, so Scraps, are we winning the Champions League with Hertha this season? Have we got enough about us this season? I'm obviously saying yes. How old's my oldest? He's 12. He starts in year 8 in September. So year 7 completed. Tick that one off. Into year 8 next year. Are we going to challenge that? Are we going to offer him a contract of any kind? Um, what do we think? Is he worth it? I mean, if even at his best, he could be a backup, and that's about it. Mainz, Bayer Leverkusen, Wolfsburg. I mean, they're not bad clubs that are in for him. Let's see, that's just silly. No, let him go. Let him go. Can't lie, I never get the point of algebra. I mean, algebra has its uses. And a more complex algebraic formula just they get silly, but it's a decent skill to have to be able to work out a number, a figure. And no, we are not selling Senkbile. He is staying with us forever. Algebra at its most complicated is an absolute pain, and it's there just to send you mad, I think. But at the simpler levels of algebra, it makes sense. You know, a formula such as 3x equals 9, work out what x is. That's great. That is useful stuff to help you along with problem solving. But unless you're going into the sort of career that's going to require you to use complicated formulae, becoming a physicist or a mathematician, some algebra just it just twists my brain. And I used to like math, so it was my favourite subject at school. Ooh, straight up money, yeah, go on then. Yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to pay something of his wages. You freak. Yeah, I mean, I probably am. But yeah, maths. Thing about maths is there's a right answer and a wrong answer. Yes, it's one right answer and many wrong answers. But it's because there's a right answer that I like it. Because you've either got it right or you've got it wrong. Whereas when it came to stuff like English language, English literature, God no, that stuff drove me mad. Write an essay about the feelings of a character in a book. Someone wrote a character. How am I meant to know how they're feeling? I don't know what the symbolism of the word "the" is in this poem. It's just a word. They used it to express some sort of action, emotion, or otherwise. I don't want to write a 7-page essay on this. Whereas maths, 10 plus 10 is 20. Bang. Answer done. Mic drop. Walk away. And that genuinely helps with problem solving maths. Stuff like algebra, it will help you develop your sense of problem solving. Here is a question. I need to work out how to get to the answer. And it forces you to stop and think about things logically. If I do this, this happens. If I do this happens. That all makes sense to me. But What is the significance of the colour of the rose in so and so's poem? I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a book. It's not a very good book. Stop making me read it. Right, there's a problem. I look on my recommended channels for Twitch, and there is so many hot tub streams. I'm pretty sure that's done on your history. Actually, that's not strictly true. That's not strictly true, actually, because I know that certain titillating streamers, shall we say, are very much boosted, so far as I can tell. Because when I watch streamers on Twitch, I watch almost exclusively Football Manager streamers, and yeah, I still get I can't. Is it Amaranth? I still get that one right on the front page pretty much as soon as I land on Twitch. That's the first one being highlighted to me. Right, Ilya is suspended. So let's go Lethen out there, shall we? There you go, I told you. Oh, Scraps is off let's call educational purposes, shall we? Right. We're going to give Schultz a bit of game time, shall we? Let's see if we can get him on in this match against Darmstadt, who are bottom of the league and should be a relatively easy win for us, especially at home. Bow, 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 bow. So 6 shots, XG of 1.16, not one shot on target. What on earth have we done? What chance have we missed that isn't worth a highlight but has bumped our XG up like that? That's my question. I'm going to demand more. Just went on the stream. What did you see? No, she don't tell me. I don't want to say. I don't want to know. Oh, how have we not scored there? Oh, come on. Don't let it be one of these matches. All I'm saying is I now follow on Instagram. That this isn't information I need. All right. Now we're going to tell him that wasn't good enough. 0-0 at home to Darmstadt. We've got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. Oh, that's our old boy. Oh, I say old boy. He's on loan there. Has he just given us a penalty? That would be lovely if he has. Well done, Agent Boskurt. Good stuff. And it's just football manager doing football manager stuff to us. I should have known we'd miss that penalty. Oh, I nearly berated them. Just as we potentially score a goal here. That's pathetic. Need to express. Oh, I don't want to know that. Oh, no, no, no. Carney, Lethen, please score a goal. Oh, dear Lord. How are we not scoring here? It's a bit late to let me change the penalty taker now, isn't it? Oh, come on. This is silly now. The XG is 3.45. This is just Football Manager doing Football Manager shit. All right, Burkholt. You know, let's put Schultz on. He can't do any worse, can he? Her Instagram is wild. I was thinking maybe I need to jazz up my socials a bit. I'm not sure I'd necessarily follow that example, though. Well, if you're 15, you definitely shouldn't be following her. Go and find their CBeebies or something instead. Oh, come on. Come on. Keep that flag down, you. I'm watching you. Oh, dear Lord. What has a man got to do? Right. Let's get Roberts on. And Simon Hardy. No, I know. I was taking Mickey out of you, mate. All right, let's go two up top, shall we? See if we can move the ball forward a little bit quicker. Yeah, I mean, we don't really need to do anything defensively. We just need to score a bloody goal. I'll go away on Monday, so there'll be a Saturday night stream, but that'll be the last one for a week. And for anyone who's interested, next Wednesday is the last day you'll be able to use my HelloFresh code. So if you're planning on using it, do it before then. Come on, boys. Let's see if we can just steal one at the end. Our XG is 4. We really should have had at least one goal by now. Oh, play. Oh, my God. This game has been sent to frustrate me tonight. XG 4.79. Oh, my God. Well, we just got well and truly FM'd. We didn't lose, which is probably what FM would normally like to do to us at that point. But next year, 4.86, and we've failed to score. That is... Oh, we missed a penalty as well. Oh, sorry, our goal disallowed and we missed a penalty. Well, what do you even say to that? Thank you, Football Manager. That was really fun. Okay. I'm just going to thrash some arms because the strikers did nothing. We are going to call the stream to an end there. It's gone 11, and this young man needs his bed. So let's find someone to go and rage, shall we? Ain't that late? It is when you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's quite light when you quite late when you're doing that. So let's see who's around, shall we? Oh, late night Scoops. That sounds like a good one. Let's go over and see Scoops. Scoops is a fellow Gillingham fan, and let's go and show him a bit of love, shall we? Retire. I'm not old enough to retire yet, Scraps. I'm way off that. Well, it's been a pleasure as always. Apologies for my cold. I hope that by Saturday night stream I'll be fighting fit once again. Thanks as always, Scraps, for joining us throughout. And enjoy your summer holidays, mate. And right, we'll see you on Saturday night where we will hopefully have two massive Champions League games against Barcelona and Chelsea for you. And I hope to see you then. Take care, everyone.